I've been sitting watching people walk up a rather steep suburban slope, and some puff a lot and some do it as if they're just like a spring lamb. But all of them want to get to the top. This is sort of the top. And it's very interesting how sometimes people go up and down, up and down, up and down, but then when they get to the seat, they're finished, they've achieved something. I want to say a little bit to you and to myself about resilience. Is resilience something like stamina? In a way it is. Stamina, you have to keep going and keep going and keep going to the goal. But resilience is about recovering, bouncing back when life has slammed you with difficulties or pain or disaster or tragedy. So resilience really matters to everyone, to organisations, to countries. But there's one I didn't mention because I want to keep it apart, and that's children. Resilience really matters to them. And the children of our today's world will really need resilience, perhaps more than ever, because the world we're offering them is handing out a great deal that they will need to recover from. There's one thing about this slope too. People older than me and my age, how do they get up this? They count, and then they pause a little bit, and then they walk some more, and then they pause. And it's surprising. They seem to be able to keep going because that little rest is helping them recover, and they do the next bit. They're not in a hurry to just march all the way to the top. There's a passage in the Bible where the Apostle Paul, he's writing to a church in a bit of trouble, a bit of strife, and he says, you've got to keep your eye on the goal. Hello, dear.
Oh.
I remember my dad starting a farm. I was very, very small, and the land was, if you like, virgin land. It had never been used for farming. It wasn't great land, but it would do once the rainfall and all the different things that were needed. And he would carve out an area of land each day to hoe, to plant his pineapples. And he would be very, very tired and often look up at the sky thinking to himself, well, I've got to get this much done. Those rests on the stump, my dad would say. He said, I rethink my plan, I get my energy, my body receives some moisture. He had a big canvas water bottle, and then I'm ready. And I'm ready to keep going like that until it's dark. I often think about that. He somehow knew his limits, and he somehow had a plan that he could recover. Now I think about you, first of all. What did it mean when Paul wrote to all the churches and he said, you keep your eye on the goal. Don't forget the prize. Do you know what prize he was thinking about? It was a victory over life, over death, that God would give them. And he was thinking in terms of eternal life. Now, I believe that the human spirit does last forever. But I've come to understand that this victory has to be part of our everyday if it's to mean anything in eternity. And that somehow our ability to recover, to keep going and to pick up again is part of the victory for all of humanity. Thinking about earthly life and not just the life beyond this one. The prize is that every time we recover and decide to keep going, even just for one day at a time, it's making a difference to someone else. Do you know what really makes a difference to another person is one word of encouragement from one human to another. Does that help resilience? You bet it does. And I know you can do that from wherever you are. I don't understand what kind of resilience it will take for countries who are so devastated by so much to recover. I don't know what it will take for the small children who are born into this world to see in us an opportunity to be resilient people, but they need to. God bless you. And right near here, there's a little flag that waves at me. Hope it gives you a little blessing.